Welcome to Fast Draw 101. I'm Howard Darby, and today we're talking about targets.
Shooters on the line. Shooters, set.
In North America, there are two types of ammunition used in fast draw. There's wax bullets that are shot on a steel target, and there's blanks that are shot using a balloon target. For the wax target, we take a special cartridge 45 shell that has been drilled out to take a 209 shot shell primer. We take the wax bullet, place it in the top, take the 209 shot shell primer, place it in the bottom, and when we fire it at the target, that will stop it when the impact sensor senses the hit of the bullet. With the blanks, we take a 45 shell with a large pistol primer, fill it all the way up with grainy powder, and put a sticker on top to keep the powder in there. When we shoot that, about half of it will burn up, the other half will shoot out in a pattern about that big and will break a balloon at about 15 feet. Depending on the type of fast draw shooting you're going to do in North America, you'll see different variations of these targets. For example, Cowboy Fast Draw only shoots on wax targets and only the 21-inch circular target. In World Fast Draw and Ohio Fast Draw, you could see blanks or wax bullets. And in some contests it'll be half and half, some will be all wax, some will be all blanks. Even competitors who are going to contests with blanks don't practice a lot with blanks. They practice generally using wax bullets because wax bullets are a lot easier to load. They don't have the sound of a blank, which is actually as loud or louder than a real gunshot. And they also don't have to go down range and replace a balloon after every shot. You can shoot your gun full of shells, reload, keep shooting. You don't have to go down range after every shot. So the way to practice for a blank competition when you're using wax bullets is to take an 18 to 21 inch round target, place it at the same location you'd have a balloon target, which would be at your gun belt buckle level generally, or maybe slightly higher. If you can hit that with a wax bullet, you can hit a blank because the spread of a blank is about the same 21 inches as that target. So if you're off slightly with a wax bullet and you're hitting here and you're hitting the edge of that 21-inch target, you'll hit the balloon with the edge of that blast as well. So practicing for blanks using wax is the way almost all shooters do. Most shooters don't shoot blanks in practice, and if they do, it's only a few shots just before they go to a competition. The Cowboy Fast Draw Association only uses one target. It's a 21-inch round target shot at 15, 18, or 21 feet. But in the World Fast Draw and Ohio Fast Draw, there are a number of different targets. This one is the standard rectangle, 14 inches across. There's also what's called the blocker target, which is 20 inches across and 40 inches high. There's a couple other minor targets that you'll see sometimes at different contests. In World Fast Draw, you'll see wax targets used anywhere from 5 feet to 21 feet. There's an event called Step Back and Step Up wax. It's quite common where you shoot a shot at 5 feet, 8, 10, 12, and 15 feet. And the 5 feet is probably the closest you'll be shooting all the way back to the 15 or 21 feet if you're a Cowboy Fast Draw. Wax targets all work pretty much the same way. There's two components on them on the back. One is a light. In this case, it's in a box mounted on the back that's protected by plexiglass or Lexan. The light is inside that. Then there's also an impact sensor. This one here, I'm using a removable JJ Electronics magnetic one, but there's also one built into this target, and this could plug into there. These cables for the power for the light and the sensor go back to the timer, and the timer sends a signal once it does the 2 to 5 second random delay. It'll turn on the light and it'll start the impact sensor listening for the hit of the wax bullet. Other than the impact sensor letting us know that the bullet hit the target, we also put a thin layer of white lithium grease on the target. And with a black target and the white lithium grease on top, every time the bullet hits, we can see where the hit was. We can confirm that the shooter hit. Even if the clock didn't register a hit, they'll still get their time as long as we can see that. It'll also make sure that there wasn't a bounce back off the backstop that came back and hit the back of the target. We can tell if they hit or they missed the target. And after every round of shooting, the hand judge will go down and will roll the target using a paint roller that will smooth out the grease again and get rid of the hits from the last shooter so it's ready for the next shooter to come online. I have a video about shooting wax bullets, so if you're interested in more information, check that out. I'll put a link here. For the balloon targets, there are two configurations. There's a 4-inch like this one here, or there's 9-inch. You don't see the 9-inch very often in competition due to the extra work required to blow up those larger balloons. The balloon targets are shot anywhere from 5 feet back to 12 feet, 12 feet for the 9-inch balloons. But the 4-inch can be shot at the 5, 8, 10, 12, 15-foot step back, where it's one shot of each of those distances. Generally, it's 8 or 10 in competition. Balloon targets are adjustable, and every shooter is allowed to put it to the level they like to shoot it, as low as it's not below their gun belt buckle level. And you'll see at the beginning of every round, the shooter go up to the target and adjust it so that's at their belt level or as high as the target will allow. All blank targets have a micro switch on the side of the shooting plate. When the balloon's in the target, it holds down the micro switch. When the balloon is broken, the micro switch pops out, and that gives the shooter the time because it sends a signal back to the timer to stop the clock. Different timers or different targets use different ways of mounting it, but they're all mounted to the side of the plate so that the balloon, when it's put in place, holds it down, releasing it when it's broken. I'll soon have a video up with more details on shooting blanks, so when I do, I'll have a link right here that you can click on to go and see that video. Hope that gives you more information on the targets we use in Fast Draw. If you have any more questions on Fast Draw, please check out fastdraw101.com or fastdraw.org for all our information about Fast Draw. Thank you.